Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I am going to be talking about the best things that happened in 2022, and I'm very excited to get into this. So even though two of these were on my worst of 2022, I decided to put them on my best because they're one of those ones that were kind of mixed for me, where I both liked them and I didn't. So number 16 is Jurassic World Dominion. I like Jurassic World Dominion. It was just, the reason why it's not highest because it was a little too long, and I think that it was a decent combination of the original Jurassic Park and the new ones, and I think they did it well, but I do think that they could have written it a lot better for that movie, and I think that it's not as bad as people give it credit for, which I actually really like. And then another movie that I think that could have been done a lot better, but I also didn't hate, is Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. I actually really like this movie. I think that seeing the progression of the transition from Raph's leadership to Leo's leadership was really cool, and I think that seeing this universe's version of Casey Jones, and of course seeing the Crane go up against the Ninja Turtles in an anime movie, which we haven't really seen. We're seeing it on the cartoons and Out of the Shadows, but we haven't really seen Crane in an animated movie before. So that was really cool, and the way that they used the Crane was really interesting, and I really liked how they used the Crane in that movie. And seeing Leo come into his own in that movie was also really cool, and I really liked how it was, from the last episode, Splinter picking Leo as the leader was kind of a joke, but this time it was more of a, like, from that mention at the end of the last episode of the series, and then kind of transition into the movie to see how Leo becomes that leader that we all know and love, was really cool to see. And what was also really cool to see was Black Adam. I loved Black Adam. I think that Black Adam was one of those movies where it's like, I think it was really fun. I knew that I was going to get into some Shazam things because I really like Shazam, and I thought that Shazam was one of my favorite movies of the whole 2019, basically. And I think that Shazam being my favorite DCU film, I didn't know what to think of this film when I saw the trailers, but when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, so this actually does have some Shazam tie-ins, and the fact that we actually get to see now Henry Cavill back as Superman was really cool, and I was so hyped in that theater. And I think that sadly we won't be able to see that post-credit scene, that what was clearly promised in that post-credit scene, go through. It just really surprised me how, like, that mid-credit scene was like, oh my god, Superman's back. And of course they decided to reboot the whole DC universe. It's like, why? But I put it in 14 because I thought it was really good, but also I think that that mid-credit scene in retrospect disappoints me more than goes me, I'm so excited for this new Superman movie. And then number 13, Chippendale Rescue Rangers. I actually really like Chippendale Rescue Rangers. The inside jokes, the references to, like, Ugly Sonic and to Jungle Book, to Transformers, and all these different properties were really cool. The only thing that I thought was missing was Ninja Turtles. I thought that was the only thing that was missing. But other than that, they had pretty much every cartoon possible. I thought it was really cool to see kind of a modern version of, like, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and even, like, Ready Player One. I thought that was really cool to see. I really like seeing all the different animation styles in that movie, and the jokes between the 3D plastic surgery and the 2D drawings that Chippendale normally are. I thought was really funny. and so I really like Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. And then I actually have the Cowabunga collection for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think that this is an amazing collection. Having a collection that has all the NES games, the Super Nintendo games, the Sega Genesis games, the arcade games, the Game Boy games, is really cool. And the fact that a lot of those games you can fit 2-player or more on there, in the arcade games, it's 4-player. I thought was really, really cool, and I love how they use it. I think that it's one of the best things that has come out of Ninja Turtles so far. But the other thing that has come out of Ninja Turtles is further up on the list. But next up is Spider-Man No Way Home, the more fun stuff version. Now, I really like Spider-Man No Way Home, but I think that the thing that does disappoint me was that there were deleted scenes that were cut out of film that they didn't add back in, like fight scene wise. So we didn't get our Toby versus Goblin fight. We also didn't get the Tom versus Goblin fight on the bridge, the extended version of that. But I don't think that this cut was terrible, so I didn't want to put it on my worst of 2022 list because I just love Spider-Man so much. But I think that there was some really good stuff with like Matt Murdock in it, and I think that seeing the extended talking bits with all three Spider-Mans talking to each other, and seeing the fight again of the final battle, which is one of my favourite fights of all time in any movie, I think it was really cool to see Spider-Man No Way Home, the extended cut for... Like, I didn't see it in the theatre, I saw it here at home, so... But either way, it was really, really cool to see Spider-Man No Way Home, the more fun stuff version, even at home. Then number 10 for me is the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. I think that... I just watched it last night again. It's still funny. I was just talking to a co-worker at work about it because she hasn't seen it yet, and I was just like, look, you need to watch it, it's so funny. It's amazing. And... I just love this special. I think that this is going to be one of the Christmas rotations for me with Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, Iron Man 3, Batman Returns, and Hawkeye for me. I think it's going to be one of those for watch every Christmas type things. I think it's going to be really, really cool to see again. Then number 9 for me is the Batman. I love this movie. I think that this movie was so cool. I think that it was a little too long, but it was more good than bad. Like, the only bad thing about it was that it was too long, so if they cut some of the shots out, this would be way higher for me. But the fact that I saw a new Batman movie in Robert Pattinson was really cool, and seeing Robert Pattinson portray a character like that, because I haven't seen of anything else from him but from Twilight, and I didn't even blame him for Twilight. I think Twilight is one of those movies they did when he was first started acting, then Harry Potter, and then when he kind of going to The Good Time and stuff like that. That's when he kind of transitioned into that good actor, because the Batman, he's really, really good in the Batman, and I really loved all the cast. I do have certain qualms with how they did Catwoman, but she's evolving. So I think that this movie in retrospect is going to be a lot higher for me. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with the Matt Reeves universe. And I'm super excited for it. And now I have Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, Sam Raimi is one of my favourite directors. He directed my favourite trilogy of superhero movies. He also produced Crawl, and so when I saw that, I was like, when I saw Multiverse of Madness, I was like, oh my god. Especially during the Illuminati scene. The Illuminati scene was so cool. Seeing John Krasinski played Reed Richards, which was fan casting for a long time, I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. And I loved it. I think it was so cool to see that. And seeing that happen, I was like, I'm I'm excited to see what the Fantastic Four looks like in the future. And this movie made me love Doctor Strange in his solo movies. Because the first one I didn't really like, the second one I loved. So I'm super excited to see what the Doctor Strange future is for that character and see what happens to him. And then just above it, I have Lightyear. Lightyear was so cool. I'm a big Toy Story fan, so I was a little nervous and excited as well that Chris Evans was taking over Buzz. I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. I actually really, really liked it. I think that it has some similarities to the Buzz Lightyear Star Command cartoon and movie. And I think that seeing Buzz kind of come into his own and have that whole trust the team, and learn the fact that he needs a team by him sometimes, and seeing that whole journey that Buzz went through was really, really, really cool to see, and I really loved how they explored that, and I just really loved Lightyear. I thought it was so cool. Now, into the top 6. I never thought that I would say this as in my top 6, but that is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi was so cool. Seeing Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen come back as both Obi-Wan and Anakin was so cool. I love seeing, especially Hayden Christensen, because Ewan McGregor, he's been doing small things for Star Wars, whether if it was voiceovers for the movies or whatever. But Hayden Christensen, he has quit acting, so he decided to turn back for this, and I actually really liked him in this. I was like, oh my god. This is picking up from one of my favorite Star Wars movies of all time, Revenge of the Sith, and it's legit carrying over, and it's so cool. It's like years later, and I just loved seeing Vader and Obi-Wan fight before A New Hope, and seeing Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, and that kind of mixture of the prequels and the original trilogy to fade from one era to fade into the other was so cool. And oh my god, Hayden Christensen, I love his character of Anakin Skywalker so much that I don't think that there's anything bad about him really. But I'm really excited to see if they do a second season, and if they still want to do Vader for the second season, I'm really excited to see it. Number 5 for me is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I love this video game. I think that's so cool. I recently played it with my cousin because I got it for him for Christmas, and so now we can do some 2-player, and it's really cool. And last night I checked my phone because I have a PlayStation app, and one of the features on it is that you can see what games your friends are playing, and my cousin's playing Shredder's Revenge, and it's so cool. I'm really excited to do some videos on that, and I'm really excited to do some 2-player with him, and I'm really excited to see how many times we can beat the game. But I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited to see this come through. Now, number 4 for me is Ticket to Paradise. I didn't want to say wasn't looking forward to this, because it has George Clooney, and I finally got to saw something with George Clooney that wasn't Batman Robin, even though I do love Batman Robin. I think that the humor in it was very funny. This is a movie that's my mum wanted to see it because of Julia Roberts, not necessarily because of George Clooney. Then Dad wanted to see it because Mum wanted to see it. I don't know why Harry came, but Harry wanted to see it because the whole family was gone, so we were like, let's go see it, even though that I ran a little late to the movie theater because of work. But no, I think that it's a really, really cool movie, and I love seeing that movie. I'm going to do a review on it at some point because it needs some attention, because I don't think a lot of people saw it, but it's a really, really good movie. Number 3 for me is Thor: Love and Thunder. Now, no one hate on this. I love Thor: Love and Thunder. I think that the soundtrack is kick-ass. Having Sweet Child of Mine played twice, Paradise City played once, and November Rain played once, and Welcome to the Jungle played once was so cool. Seeing Mighty Thor in a movie finally was so cool. Seeing the humor and all of that was also really cool. I love seeing how that played out, and also seeing Thor be a father to this little girl was also really cool. the ending was good, and the humour landed for me. I just loved it. I'm really going to show my mum because she hasn't seen Thor Ragnarok or Thor Love and Thunder, and I think she'll really like those and the Guardians because she really likes the holiday special. So I'm really excited to see her reaction to it. So that's my number 3. Now to my number 2. The Deadpool 3 announcement that Hugh Jackman is coming back as Wolverine. Yo, I'm really excited for this. I am super excited to see what happens in Deadpool 3. The fact that we get more of that weird banter from, not necessarily from, but like the fact that we saw a little bit of it in that Deadpool 2 post-credit scene of him going back in time was so cool. And the fact that we get more of it just makes me get really excited for 2 years to come. And I'm really excited to see Hugh Jackman return in the MCU and see him come back as a variant and as his actual Wolverine in Secret Wars. So whether if it's X2 or X3 or X-Men 1 era Wolverine, I think it would be more X2, X3 era. I think it will be X2 because if you want people like Famke Janssen and all those guys to come back, you would really, really need them to come. I would really want them to come back. But I'm really excited to see what Deadpool 3 is with Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine. Now, my number 1, are you ready? My number 1 favourite thing of this year, movie, show, whatever, is Top Gun Maverick. I love Top Gun Maverick. I love the first one. I have a weird history with it. Go check out my Top Gun review if you want that weird story. But yeah, Top Gun Maverick. Seen Top Gun Maverick. I saw it twice. Yeah, I saw it twice, and I loved it both times. I think that it's better than the original. It improves on the original, and I still love the original, but man, this movie, the story was really good, the acting was really good, the cast was fantastic. I really want to watch it again. And I haven't done my review yet. How crazy is that? No, I love Top Gun Maverick. I think it's the best movie this year. So guys, please hit the like button down below. What was your best thing for 2022? So hit the like button down below. Haven't already, hit subscribe. Also hit the little bell icon and know if I have future videos I make. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.